Hey guys, it's Elite back again with another video. So this isn't going to be one of my normal videos where I discuss something or whatnot. This is a clip that I took from my live stream because one of my raid teammates asked me what my opinion was on easiest to hardest solo dungeons, and then that turned into a later easiest raid to most difficult raid. So I've taken the clips, put them together. This is just more of a short opinion that I thought would be interesting to get out there and to see what people think. And if people want a more in-depth video of easiest dungeons, hardest dungeons, which ones I like the least to most in this tier list format, do let me know in the comments. But I'll just roll the clips back to front and we'll see where it ends up. If you do enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, as I've got new content coming soon enough, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the reason you can't hear the people I'm talking to during the dungeon section is that they were muted in my stream because someone wasn't comfortable with them being vocal on my stream. So I had muted it for that portion. Then when we did the raid section, they weren't there, so they were happy for me to be unmuted. That's why you only hear me initially. So, hold on, does it? It does. Okay. Strath, you're looking at the stream. I will give my explanations because this will turn into a YouTube video as well. Shattered Throne. So wait, S tier is easy as fuck. No. D tier is easy as fuck, S tier is hard. Easy as fuck, first dungeon, limited mechanics, hardest bit is running around. Pit was second. Pit is a little bit more difficult, but it is also just longer, which is the annoying part. Grasp is the same as Pit, it's just long. But the reason Grasp is slightly harder than Pit is because the mechanic can actually kill you in the engrams. What was next? Duality? Duality is an A tier. Oh no, Prophecy was next. Prophecy... I'm trying to remember because I did the solos when they were new, which is why I'm judging them differently. I'm gonna give, thinking back on it, it's not difficult, it's just time consuming. About the final boss used to be ridiculous. Now it's not that bad. I'm gonna put it middle C tier. Actually no, I'll put it above Grasp because it's not as easy as Pit, but it's harder than Grasp. Duality is A tier. The mechanic itself can kill you. The bosses have a lot of health, as well as both boss encounters have a lot of ads. When I did my final boss for Duality, it took me an hour on the final boss alone. I did 8 phases of damage with Lament. Spire is S tier. It is ridiculously hard because of how much health bosses have, as well as it takes you a solid, like the first boss takes you a solid 10 minutes to set up damage, and you have about a 20-second damage window. No, I recently went back to check it, like to see if I could help Strath with any tips. That boss is literally just a time sink. Like there is oh. I spent more time on the first boss than the second, and I did it when Starfire Protocol was busted.
Guardian down.
Goes to the deep. Really, actually, I'm gonna put this here because it's closer to duality, but the things that I know will be in the S tier are significantly harder. Goes to the deep, S tier. Fuck that dungeon. Back. So here's the thing, right? I spent like a month trying to get it. I managed to get the first boss to be 3 phaseable alone. Like, that's how locked in I got on the first boss. The second boss is just a ridiculous time sink, and that was back when like rockets were the meta. It just takes so long. Warlord's Ruin. I have every single dungeon soloed, and oh no, I haven't done all of them solo flawless. I don't care about flawless. If it's not in the title, my whole thing is if it's not in the title, I don't care. It's like I 100% know I can go solo all these with flawless, but I just don't want to. I know I have Shattered Throne, I have Pit, I have Prophecy. I don't have any of the others because I don't care about them. Warlord's Ruin, B tier. I find Warlords is difficult if you don't have the correct build and you don't like. If you aren't locked in 100% on it, you're gonna struggle. But for example, well, I did mine with the oh, was it? I don't know. I did with something that was like busted on Warlock. Oh no, I did the first boss with Titan, and it took me 2 damage phases because it was during the Banner of War where it was ridiculous. Then I went back and did it on Warlock, and just it was just a time sink on the final boss.
Guardian down.
So the ogre is really annoying to just set up damage. Yeah, the freezing effect is really fucked. So Master Warlords is really easy. Vesper's Host is easily S tier, second hardest. The Atrax one. I haven't gone back and done Ghosts since I soloed it. However, I will say, it's just like Ghosts is just harder in general IMO. We're doing a tier list. And then the last one is this is just an image I have. Thunder Doctrine. I will put it in C tier. It's so the whole thing is, right, first encounter, Piss Walk. It's literally just connecting the dots. second encounter is a little bit more difficult simply because of how many sources of damage are hitting you. But if you use Le Monarch with or if you use the Avoid Auto with Anarchy with the buffs, you'll be fine. You'll two-phase it. And then the final boss is really just sit up in the top left corner, hit him with Queenbreaker, or use the bow or whatever, and just punt him away, because you'll do it in 4 or 5 phases. Well, that's the other thing. It's like the biggest killer in Sundered is the environment. It's not the enemies. But yeah. Yeah, people always disagree. Everyone has different opinions, and that's fine. But that's how I think the dungeons would be ranked. Okay. Okay, time to make another tier list. Raid time. Why the fuck are dungeons in this? Is this a dungeon? I'm happy to help. Okay. Before we do that, I'm gonna do a raid tier list because fucking YouTube content. I don't know why dungeons. Goodbye. I am going to include your audio in this now.
Music then, so I can actually.
Yeah, same.
Think of what I'm
Okay.
doing.
So, first raid we are judging, and we're going off difficulty, is Leviathan, OG Leviathan. This is all D2, by the way.
I'm just checking. This is based on of difficulty, not enjoyability, correct?
Difficulty.
I'm
gonna
IMO
put-
should be either D or C.
I'm gonna put it in C tier because back when we had it, the mechanics they weren't the
Yeah.
hardest.
Yeah. Also, I feel like Master or Hard mode definitely had some very trippy mechanics to it because it changed a lot of the base mechanics. So I think that's fair. At least a C tier.
Yeah. Strath, any input?
I actually did not have the pleasure of doing Leviathan.
Okay.
If it ever comes back, that is.
I would-
It's. I can tell you right now, it's not coming back because they've already said they don't have access to things that took place in the Red War. All that content is
Unfortunately,
lost.
anything outside of what we have now, active in game, I haven't actually had the pleasure
Okay.
of doing because I didn't have
It was pretty fun.
team at the time.
So we'll speedrun the 2 raid layers though. Eater of Worlds, D tier, so
Definitely
easy.
D tier. It was free, basically free.
Spyro Stars, I'm gonna put in A tier.
Honestly, that's a fair. Spire was especially. I feel like the final boss was a bit of a clusterfuck.
The only reason I put it there, and I have 2 reasons. One, it's the raid that I have the second least clears on. I only have 5 clears because I hate it that much.
That's
The
fair.
reason I hate it is because you have to do everything perfectly 100% of the time or you fail.
Absolutely.
that's not how it should be in a raid. You should have at least room for 1 to 2 errors.
Yeah. Back when Mountaintop was overpowered and the barricades and Lunafaction rifts used to give you instant recharges on the ammo, that's when I did it, and we used to cheesed the mini bosses by just basically spamming Mountaintops at it, and I feel like that made it a lot easier, but it was, definitely more difficult than the other raids.
Bit fucking ridiculous. What came out next? It was Last Wish.
Yeah, I feel like Last Wish would either B or A, but if you're doing legit Riven, I would say A, simply because of legit.
I'm gonna base it on how you'd run it as a legit.
I'd say A, at least
So
A.
Like,
I'm
for
gonna say
perspective,
A,
I've
yeah.
never actually done it legit.
Yeah, we got a
it's so good,
surprise
we
doing
should do it.
Pantheon. I got a surprise in Pantheon doing contest mode.
Honestly,
Riven
it's
legit. That was.
Riven legit
was a
is
lot
one
more
of the
fun.
best encounters design-wise.
It was actually a lot of fun, even though it was like getting destroyed. And I remember multiple times me and Risen just dying because we had no resilience and just.
Yeah, but that was also
survive.
contest level of one-shotting.
I would have to do it again when it's not contest mode to get a proper idea.
We should just organize
feel
do a legit run of Last Wish because it's really worth it.
Because, it
I'd
was
really like
a
to
lot
do a
more
Petras, to be honest.
I'm down to do a
Yeah,
Petras.
I'd love to do a Petras.
Okay, what was the next? Scourge of the Past.
Scourge.
Sepia.
Honestly, as much as I love Scourge, it's
Actually, high
one of
sepia.
my favorite raids, but it was very
It wasn't
easy.
difficult, it just took forever.
Apart from the final boss and people just not understanding the CAP for the final boss, I feel like that was the hardest one.
Well, that's subjective because it's like you can stand in whatever order you want as long as you're matched up.
Well, that's what I found people have the difficulty is trying to figure out how to match up properly. That was the only difficulty part, so yeah.
What was it next? Garden?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Garden.
Wait, was it Garden?
Honestly,
'Cause
no. Was it? No.
yeah, it would have had to be.
Yeah, it would have been Garden.
Because the next season... Oh, no, it was Crown of Sorrows.
Yes.
Crown of Sorrows B tier. Wasn't hard,
Yeah.
wasn't easy though, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
It's the one raid, besides the first encounter, I want it to come back.
Yeah, that's fair. The first encounter was very annoying.
No, the first encounter was a piece of shit. It's as bad as Val's first encounter.
Yeah.
That's fair. Then it was Garden. B tier.
Apart from the boss, the final boss, everything is pretty fun. The final
Unless
boss
you're doing a div run, I don't
Then it
really
goes-
feel like it's
personally, if you're doing a div run, I feel like it goes either the B or A with a div run.
So the thing with a div run though is you're going out of your way to do something extra.
Yeah. But
So
like
it's-
a base raid, like not master, not anything else, I'd say yeah, DLC easy.
I'm gonna put it at low C because I don't think it's very difficult. It's just every mechanic is
harder-
annoying as fuck.
It's harder than Eater, but it's definitely
Yeah.
not. I wouldn't say it's harder than the other ones over there.
I think there's only
It's
one
not
raid that I'd
hard.
put next to Eater.
It's not hard if you can communicate. Like, that
Hmm.
is the only time I've ever seen Garden become difficult, is when you've got too many people who think that they're running it.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
What was after Garden? Was it Deepstone?
I think so. Yes, it would have
Deep
been.
D tier.
Yeah.
As much as I love it, it's probably
I'm
one of my
putting-
favorite raids. It's
I'm
is
putting
extremely
it above Eater because it's slightly harder than Eater, but again, it's just a lot of 3 people doing one thing, and then the other
most
3.
difficult part. I feel like it is Atrax.
The hardest part of it is
Yeah.
one phasing Atrax, because no one does it
after that.
normally.
After that, final boss is a joke because 4-ball just
Then 8 Volt came back.
correct.
I'm
And
gonna put
unfortunately,
that.
it's C or D, DLC.
I'm putting that above Garden, but under Leviathan. No, I'll put it above Leviathan.
I feel like
I don't
Maybe.
think it's
I mean,
harder I think Scourge is harder than Volt.
Yeah,
Actually, no, Volt's harder than Scourge because it needs more communication.
yeah.
Vogue was my second raid that I ever
Yeah.
did, and it's the raid that I've used to introduce all of my friends to Destiny
Well,
raiding.
that's the other thing. Volt was the first one, and
Yeah.
it is meant to be your introduction to raiding. So
It is a
can't
very good
be
raid to
hard.
train on. No, it's a very good raid to train on because of how it slowly introduces mechanics to you, which I feel like is really well done.
Then what came next?
Would have been what came
It was
in.
Witch Queen.
Witch Queen.
Vow.
So, Vow. Honestly, A. I'm gonna say either B or A personally.
A.
I'm gonna put
I
it
feel like
above Last Wish, but it's not as hard as Spire.
no,
like, it's
that's
got-
fair. I think Spire was unreasonably difficult for what it was.
Spire was unreasonably difficult for the time it was. If we had it now, it wouldn't be as bad because our weapons are stronger.
Yeah.
But at the
But,
time,
like,
we
what,
didn't
double
have
primaries?
strong weapons. Yeah.
We had double primaries, so if you wanted to use like a shotgun or a fusion rifle,
That
you
was
had
the
to
heavy.
sacrifice a heavy spot, which sucks because, you know, if you want to do big damage, you got to use, a heavy weapon.
Then it was updated King's Fall.
Yeah. Honestly, I could see it being a high C or low B personally.
Really? D.
Yeah.
D tier.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with D tier. I don't find King's Fall hard at all. The
King's Fall was
updated,
much worse.
well, both versions, like D1 and D2, are both real easy because a lot of it's just standing around killing things, and then swap. That's about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I actually think the hardest part of King's Fall is Chieftain.
War Priest.
Well, yeah, War Priest. Because no
Oh,
one
no,
ever fucking
100%,
gets their call
'cause-
right.
Because Oryx, like, if we're looking at D1 Oryx, the damage was literally sit around for 4 waves. Like,
Yeah, and then
there
just-
was no damage. In this one, it's real easy with Whisper standing in an immunity aura.
That's true.
They did great with the Oryx fight, making it better, but it's still easy. Which moves us on to our next one of... Why is Tiny Dino staring at me? Go away. Fruit of Nightmares. Fucking C tier.
Honestly, like,
A.
yeah, a high D, low C personally.
I'm putting it above Garden of Salvation. It's slightly harder than Garden because of the time limits, but it is just
Yeah, that's fair.
annoying when you have to run all those massive sections, especially between second and third.
Yes.
Like that
I
jumping
mean-
puzzle, they should have a way to just turn it off now.
Yeah.
Or if you've got like someone
with the
who's already
God
beat it.
wave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
if you've
true.
got someone who's beat it, you can turn it off. That's what I think.
I think the encounter wise, I think the hardest one is probably the walls.
Yeah, that definitely stops a lot of
Second
people up.
is also hard because it's buggy. It doesn't work all
Yeah.
the time.
If it wasn't buggy, it'd be a lot easier. And then what was
yeah.
that the route? Was that
Crota?
Crota?
Yeah,
Personally,
hate
I
Crota. I would
I
put
struggle
Crota
a lot
as
with
A.
high B tier.
I think either high B or low A because I did struggle a lot with it, so I can see it being
I'm gonna
around
say
that.
high B tier only because you have to be. It's one of those raids where you have to be paying attention when you're doing the mechanics.
true.
You know,
if you're
I
not paying
did
attention,
struggle. I did struggle a lot with it, so I can. That's fair.
It's not even that to me. Crota is just I find the bridge encounter buggy. And
That's
out
fair.
of all the raids we currently have, if someone says, "Oh, do you want to do a Crota?" unless like I want to do my homie a solid, I don't want to. It's my least favorite raid.
I won't do it
I
for no
don't
reason.
want to do Crota. Like full stop. I'll do like the final boss. That's about it. I don't want to run the other 3 encounters. They're
Yeah.
annoying.
I won't do it unless I have to do it for like helping somebody or a quest or something. But other than that, like not just for the simple. I want to do a raid. Like yeah,
And
Like, even if
Salvation's
it's
Edge.
Pinnacle.
Yeah, no, not even for Pinnacle. Salvation's Edge, a S tier. Hardest.
Either
way,
high A or S
indisputably.
tier. Personally.
No, it's S tier straight up. It's harder than all of these because you have to be
Yeah.
perfect at all times.
You know what? I still love it. Like,
it's
I
a
hate
great
that we
raid.
don't do it enough.
It's a great raid, but
problem is,
also
though-
no one wants to teach it and no one wants to
Well,
learn
that's it. There's only a few people who actually want to do it, and that's the issue.
That's all the current raid. That's all the D2 raids. I'm just gonna rank the D1 raids for the fucking fun of it.
I have
Vaulted
nothing
Glass,
to contribute,
OG.
unfortunately.
OG Volta Glass, if we're talking when it
Detail.
first came out, I'm going to say either B. Honestly, I'd say B.
No, at this point in time,
Oh,
like right
Okay.
now, because you
Oh,
can
okay,
still
yeah.
play original Vaulted Glass.
okay.
And I'm gonna
At this
say
time,
it's
yeah,
D
that's
tier
D.
because it's fucking easy.
That's,
Original.
if we're talking
Crota,
like an original Crota is definitely D tier because it's literally a strike.
I'm gonna put it above Vaulted Glass because it's slightly harder.
Yeah,
But
I
not
would
by
say it's a
much.
little easier because you can solo it literally. You literally solo.
Yeah,
Crota.
but you have to be like high tier play to solo it.
Yeah, that's fair.
King's Fall, I will put that in mid C tier.
That's fair.
I'll put it above Leviathan. What else is there? And the last one being Wrath of the Machine.
Honestly, people will
B
say
tier.
I'm a bit crazy. I'd say it's a B tier or A tier because it was actually I found to be quite difficult.
I'm gonna put it behind Crown. It's above D2 Vault, but behind Duality. Oh, not Duality. The other one.
Honestly, I
Right.
feel like if it came back, there would be a lot of people that struggle, especially with the white
Oh, if they
mechanic
updated it and changed it, people would struggle immensely.
because it already was a struggle bus. Especially like the Zamboni part, I feel like that was also very much of a cluster.
Yeah, no, it'd be a struggle. Anyway, that is the tier list.
Yeah.
YouTube, enjoy. That can just be fucking clipped at some point.